Hey YouTube, James from the Wife and Watch here, and once again we are building a deck. And no matter how hard I try to stick at 50, obviously I just keep pushing it out there a little bit more. And inspiration for this one came from a silly thing really, because I was looking for tokens for my previous build, which was Stardust Synchron, and came across these Blackwing counters. Now, I've currently got them in my Stardust Synchron deck, so I'm still going to need some tokens for those. But I started looking at Blackwings again, and for some reason I've always avoided this deck, and I don't know why. It's Wing Beast. I love a Wing Beast deck. It's dark, I suppose, which I don't normally go for, to be honest with you. But I started looking at the artwork again, and obviously there's some newer cards that have come, there's some reprints that have come. Actually, there's some reprints coming up in the Bonanza set as well. So I thought maybe I could put my own spin on this. So I thought I'd start with a build video, and here we are. So when you start looking at the monsters, first of all, there's an awful lot. Oh, by the way, let me show you my mug. This is my Dark Magician mug. I got it for Christmas a few years ago. Honestly, I have so many brews out of this mug, it's unreal. But yeah, there's so many monsters here, and so rather than sort of spend 2 hours going through God, there is a lot, isn't there? Going through every single one of them. What I've done is had a quick look at some of the other profiles out there, and obviously there's a few consistent numbers out here. For instance, this guy here, Blackwing Simoon the Poison Wind, is quite a new one, and everyone seems to be playing that at 3. And looking at the effect, you control no monsters, and you can have this card, and you have this card, you can banish one other Blackwing monster from your hand, place one Black Whirlwind from your deck face up in your spell track card zone, then either send this card to the graveyard, or immediately after this effect resolves, normal summon it without tributing. You cannot special summon monsters from the extract for the rest of the turn. Yeah, I mean, it's get Black Whirlwind straight away, and obviously you can normal summon it. That's pretty good for me. Obviously it's level 6 as well, which is a little bit more unusual. So yeah, that's a fairly easy sort of starts for 10. But there's a few others that I'm thinking that those are definitely going to be 3-ofs. The next one being, let me see, where is it? There. So it's Sudri the Phantom Glimmer, or the Illusory Spark, as it says on the Edo Pro. But when this card is normal summoned, you can add one card that mentions Blackwing Dragon from your deck to your hand, except Blackwing Sudri. You can tribute one monster, special summon one Phantom Glimmer token, Wing Beast Tuner Dark level 2, then take 700 damage. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck. The turn you activate this effect, except synchro monsters. You can only use the effect of Blackwing Sudri. Yeah, that sounds pretty potent to me, so that's going to be a 3-of. There's also this guy as well, which is the one above it. So that's Shamal the Sandstorm. So you can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard and place one Black Feather Whirlwind. That's the newer one, isn't it? That's the newer spell card from your deck face up in your spell tracker zone. And then if a Blackwing Synchro monster or Blackwing Dragon is special summoned to your field, while this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card and target one Blackwing monster in your graveyard and add it to your hand. And take 700 damage. It's once per turn. So yeah, again, that sounds like a 3-of to me. And then the only other 3-of, and then I'll run through some of the 1-ofs that I want to add, is Veta, the Emblem of Wandering, which I'm not familiar with these. These could be older cards, they could be newer ones. I have absolutely no idea. But looking at newer on here, it's actually a Darkwind Blast. So yeah, it's not old at all. It's only a couple of years old. Where is he? See, I've recognised some of these other ones that we're definitely going to be adding as 1-ofs, I would have thought. I recognise recognise him as well. Buzzard of the Far North. I wonder if that's just because I've got him in my collection somewhere. Cannot be special summoned when this card is normal summoned. You can target 1 level 4 or lower Blackwing monster in your graveyard. Special summon that target defense position. Doesn't sound too bad. Some fantastic artwork. So I imagine that's not great. There he is. So this is Veta, the Emblem of Wandering. So that's the other one that we're going to be running 3 of. So if you control a Blackwing monster other than Blackwing Veta, you can special summon this card from your hand. Then you can special summon Blackwing Veta, Emblem of Wandering once per turn this way. During your main phase, you can send this card on the field to the graveyard along with 1 other Blackwing monster from your deck. So the total levels exactly equal 8, and if you do, special summon Blackwing Dragon from your extra deck. But also you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of the turn except dark monsters. You can only use the effect of Blackwing Beta once per turn. Yeah, I like that. Well, obviously that means we're going to have Blackwing Dragon, but why wouldn't you in a Blackwing deck? So those are the ones that I've sort of done a little bit of research on, and well, when I say a little bit of research, I've just done a few profiles, and they just seem to be a consistent 3s of, which, it's a good start for 10. So I'm just sorting my hair out. Should have done my makeup. Okay, so the one that I was familiar with is this one. So this is Gale the Whirlwind. I think this is an older one, isn't it? So yes. So if you control a Blackwing monster other than Blackwing Gale, you can special summon this card from your hand, Extender. And then once per turn, you can target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. That target's attack and defense become half its current attack and defense. Okay, let's do a couple of those, and then let's just go back to the top and have a look, see what ones I'm familiar with. Because these ones I'm not familiar with, I'm going to assume are not brilliant. I'm not spending all this time reading through them. I just think if I sort of pick out, because there's so many ways of searching for cards in this deck. I think we can afford to have a fair few one-offs. Boreas the Sharp. During your main phase 1, this is level 5. That doesn't make. During your main phase 1, you can banish this card from your grave and then target 1 Blackwing monster you control if that monster attacks. I'm not sure about that one. Right, so obviously this one's banned, so we're not going to be able to do that one. But Chris, I've got him in my collection somewhere. If you control a Blackwing monster other than Blackwing Chris, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon Blackwing Chris, crack down once per turn this way. Once per turn, this card cannot be destroyed by a spell or trap card. But it's level 4. Yeah, well that's at least a one-off. We'll stick with one-off for now. Like I say, I think we're going to have a few. Right, I recognise this one as well. Borer the Spear. So if you control Blackwing monster other than Blackwing Borer Spear, you can special summon this card from your hand. That's what I like. If this card attacks a defense position monster, it'll do piercing damage. Right, we'll definitely have one of him. Zephyros as well, of course. If this card is in your graveyard, you can return 1 face-up card you control to the hand. Special summon this card, and if you do take 400 damage, return 1 face-up card, so it could be any. Okay, let's stick one of him in. We've got him. What about that? Oster the South Wind. Cannot be special summoned when this card is normal summoned. You can target one of your banished level 4 or lower Blackwing monsters. Special summon it in defense position. You can only banish this card from the graveyard to activate one of the cards placed but on feather counter on 1 Blackwing Dragon you control. It looks a bit situational. Place 1 wedge counter. How many different wedge counters do they want? Okay. Let's have a look. What's no Collude. Recognise him. During the damage that when your Blackwing monster battles a quick effect, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard. That I've got an idea for that. I don't need another one of those, I don't think. I'm going to play a card that I've had in my toolbox for ages, and I think this is the deck to use it with. Pinaki. Cannot be used as synchro material except for the synchro summon of Blackwing monster. During the end phase, if this card is in the graveyard because it was sent there from the field this turn, you can add one Blackwing monster from deck to hand except Pinaki. The Waxing Moon. Possibly. Breeze the Zephyr. If this card is added from deck to hand by a card affecting special summon this card from your hand. That's level 3 and a tuner. It's hardly a Blackwing, is it? There's so many of them. Steam the Cloak. If this face-up card leaves the field, special summon one Steam token. Aqua Wind 1. If this card is in your graveyard, contribute one monster, special summon this card from the graveyard. Tribute one monster, special. I suppose that's the tuner, isn't it? You have to make it Steam the Cloak once per duel. I'm not sure about that either. Steam one in for now. Do it like Pinaki. Can use a synchro material except for the synchro summon of Blackwing synchro monster. During the end phase, if this card is in the graveyard because it was sent there this turn, so it doesn't special summon itself. I'll stick him in for now. That's the one I saw before. That's the one I've got 3 of. This guy. If a monster with 2,000 or more attack is on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon Blackwings once per turn this way. If you control a Blackwing synchro monster, you can banish this card from the graveyard. Then target one face-up monster in permanent control and destroy it. That's a quick effect, so that'd be a good interruption potentially. What's this one? Chinook. When this card is in your hand, when this card is sent, when you send this card from your hand to the or field to the graveyard, you can special summon. You can face up. You can target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Send one Blackwing synchro monster or one Blackwing dragon from your extra set to the graveyard. If you do, until the end of this turn, the targeted monster loses 700 attack, also negates effects. There's a quick effect if you control a dark synchro monster. You can only use the effect of Blackwing Chinook. The snow, I'll stick one of those in. That'll be interesting. What's this one here? Orochi, yeah. If you control a Blackwing monster other than Blackwing Orochi, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon back Orochi the score once per turn. If this card is sent to the graveyard as synchro material, you can target one monster from the field, change that target's battle position. Yeah, so we're up to 22 at the minute. What's this one? That looks cool. Level 1. During damage calculation, send this card from your hand to the graveyard to prevent a Blackwing monster you control from being destroyed in battle. Like I say, I've got a plan for that. Hurricane the Tornado. Once per turn, you can target one synchro monster on the field. This card's attack becomes that monster's current attack. Alright, so we've got 22 monsters at the minute, which is quite a lot considering I also... Well, let's just finish off. There's a lot of synchro monsters here as well, isn't there? Okay, well, without reading effects, that's level 12. That's level 10. That's level 8. I recognise this guy. If this card is synchro summoned using a Blackwing monster as material, it is treated as a tuner monster while face up on the field. Once per turn, you can target cards your opponent controls or to the number of other Blackwings, destroy them. Yeah, okay, we like that. That might even be a 2 of that. What level is that one? So that's 7. Got another 7. Let's just go with that for now. I recognise this fella. That's another 7. Armour Master, another 7. Boreas the Evil Wind, 6. The Shining Star, 5. We've got another 5. The Rainstorm. This card is you it's treated as a tuner while facing on the field. You can use the effects of Blackwings. When this card is in summon, you target one Assault Blackwing monster in your graveyard and a special summon it. During your main phase, if this card is in the graveyard because it was sent there this turn, you can banish one other Assault Wing from your graveyard and special summon this card. Possibly not. Assault Blackwing, Sayo the Rainhider. This card is treated as a tuner while facing on the field. Twice per turn, this card cannot be destroyed by battle. Maybe. Well, I mean, how many level 1s have I got? I haven't got any. I've got 1. Well, that ain't happening then, is it? Right, okay, so I can obviously go with some generic stuff as well. So while I'm here, let's get some spells going. There's not as many as I thought, but obviously Black Whirlwind is a must. I think this is the new guy as well. So once per turn, if you special summon a Dark Synchro monster from the extra deck, except the damage step, you can target one Blackwing monster or Blackwinged Dragon that is banished or in your graveyard with less attack than the special summon monster, special summon it. And once per turn, if a dark monster you control won't be destroyed by battle, what kind of effect, you can remove one feather counter from your field instead. Okay, let's go with a couple of those. Let's have a quick look at these other. Against the wind, select one Blackwing monster in your graveyard, take damage equal to the attack of it, I know it's your hand now. Send one Blackwing monster from your hand to the graveyard, select one defense position now. Shuffle one Blackwing monster you control into the main deck, add one. Not really. And then Glowing Crossbow. Equip only to a Blackwing monster against fire and attack and defense. You can use the defense of the glowing monster per turn. If the equipped monster destroys a monster by battle, you can discard one random card from your opponent's hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard because the equipped monster was used as synchro material, you can add this card from graveyard to hand. Not terrible. Let's put one in for now. And then there's the traps. There's a lot of those and all. Tell you what there is though, there's one called there, Black Sonic. I've got these. When an opponent's monster declares an attack on a Blackwing monster you control, banish all face-up attack position monsters your opponent controls. If you control exactly 3 Blackwing monsters and no other monsters you can activate. Oh yeah, okay, we'll have that. Yeah, there's a fair amount of traps here, but none of which I actually recognise. Black Return. When exactly one Blackwing monster and no other monster is special summoned, you can target one face monster you can gain life points. If you do turn it to the hand. Target one face up monster your opponent controls, gain life points equal to the attack of the target. If you do, return it to the hand. Is that Machiria Barkiel on the picture there as well? Maybe. What's this one? When a monster that your opponent controls activates its effects, you can send one face-up Blackwing monster you control to graveyard, negate the activation. If you do destroy it, then you can special summon Blackwing Dragon from your extra deck. If you control Blackwing Synchro monster or Blackwing, you can activate this card from your hand. I like that as well. Okay, so let's go with that for now, and then I just want to add some, because it's Wing Beast deck. I want twin twisters on here. Always like that with any sort of and harpies, RPs. So just put feather dust. There it is. We'll add one of those. By. It's pretty standard stuff. We're going to be synchro summoning all over the place. Oh, Wind Requital. I know this card doesn't really get played a lot, but I don't know why. How do you spell it? Is it R-I? No. What is it? Well, it's not winged. That's why it's wing. Requital there. So 4 monsters you control are winged beast monsters, and you control at least 2 monsters with different original names. Pay 600 life points to draw 2 cards. Yeah, we'll go with that. And then I also want this little surprise. I mean, it's obviously meant for a dark deck, but Dark Honest, never played it. I only played the normal Honest in one deck, I think, which is my Starry Nights. But I thought, you know, it has actually got Blackwings on it, so we'll try this out as well. Let's just sort that for a second. I'm 41 already here. I suppose Allure of Darkness might be quite good as well. Sort that. I've got a couple of those actually, so that'll be fine. Might have to drop 1 or 2. I'm not sure about Steam the Cloak. We might pull him out. That puts us to 42. That's not bad. Not sure about the crossbow. I have to give the crossbow a whirl. See how we get on with it. I've got one of these in my deck as well, just in my collection. What's it? Oh, it is, yeah, that's the one. When your opponent activates a monster effect on the field, negate the activation. If you do, destroy the card, then apply one of the banish 1 monster from your hand, and if you do, special summon the monster that was destroyed and sent to the graveyard by this effect, but negate its effects. Yeah, I might give that a go as well. Might lose the crossbow. I think that'll do for the main deck. We'll have a few. Should we just go synchro? I'm not entirely sure. I'll tell you what we do need. We need the black winged dragon. I suppose I'm going to go black winged. Black winged. There it is. What's this one? Blackwing Assault Dragon. Oh yeah, we've got to give that a go as well. It does put it in level order, I think, doesn't it? Yeah. Beals would be a good option, I think, in this one. I've got one of those anyway. What's that other guy called? That's another Draco monster, isn't it? Draco, there it is. Berserker of the Tenyi. When your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you can banish it, and if it, you know, we'll stick that in as well. Sort. We're on 14 there. Got 2 of the Assault Wing Ryukuri. Oh, Master. I'm probably going, because I've not read all the effects on this, I'm also 23 minutes in, guys, so I don't want to spend all morning talking about this for you, but might just have one link option. Oh, Phoenix is always good, isn't it? I'll tell you what I also want. I want dark. I'll have a Phoenix, and we'll drop one of these for a dark. Tuners. There's 12. That's 10. That's 10. 8. Got a lot of 7s, haven't we? I think. But I don't want to drop the classic guys. I quite like the 5. An option for 5. Because I assume we've got level 2 tuners. And we've got, that's a 3 tuner, that's a tuner. Might drop the 5. Level 1 tuner there, it's a bit a little bit situational. Oh, 4 tuners. Tuner. Yeah, the tuner ratio looks pretty good. But I'm going to drop the 5 because I don't think we'll be able to use it. And then dark. There. Right. 15, 42, sold. I think that's my list for now, guys. See what you think. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of trusty and Blackwing familiars out there. I'd love to hear your thoughts. By all means, there's probably some new cards maybe I've missed, or some support cards that maybe I've missed. I wanted to, you know, my usual thing is to sort of put in cards that I think are appropriate. It doesn't necessarily, I mean, probably nobody's playing Dark Honest, but actually that's, you know, can be quite an interesting card, that. But like I say, it's not supposed to be the mega sort of meta competitor, but it's supposed to be a sort of good, honest, good fun to play Blackwing deck. So that's the idea of this particular build. But like I say, I do appreciate your input, and if you haven't got any comments, feel free to put them below. Thanks once again, and we'll see you for the next profile. Goodbye for now.